Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Miguel and Tory stayed together during the events of Cobra Kai Season 4? So this is a continuation to what if Tory visited Miguel during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3. If you guys haven't seen that video, I would recommend you go watch it before continuing this one. So in this timeline, Miguel and Tory wouldn't break up. Tory would be in Cobra Kai, and Miguel would be in Eagle Fang, and the events of Cobra Kai Season 4 would carry on. Hawk and Miguel would still be friends, but Miguel wouldn't like that Kyler was in Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do would still have the rivalry. Hawk and a couple other Cobra Kais would want to mess with Robbie and the Miyagi-Dos, but Robbie and the Miyagi-Dos would fight back. Kenny would still be the new kid at the school, and he would still be picked on by Anthony and his friends. So much like in the original timeline, Kenny would still go to Robbie, but since Robbie was in Miyagi-Do, Kenny would join Miyagi-Do in this timeline, and the events of Cobra Kai would carry on. Eventually, Robbie would find out that Anthony bullied Kenny, so he would want to resolve things between Anthony and Kenny. Anthony would apologize to Kenny, and Kenny would forgive Anthony, so Anthony and Kenny wouldn't be enemies in this timeline. Kyler and Hawk would start to become friends, and Hawk would become an even bigger bully. He would want to bully the Miyagi-Dos in school, but Miguel would try to stop Hawk. Kyler would want to get in the way, and he would want to mess with Miguel. Slowly over time, Hawk would start to change. Kreese and Kyler would get in his head. Eventually, Hawk would start seeing Miguel as less of a friend and more of an enemy, and he would want to tell Tory to cut ties with Miguel since he wasn't in Cobra Kai anymore. But Tory wouldn't want to listen to Hawk, and she would slowly see that the Cobra Kais were turning into bullies, and she would slowly realize that Johnny was right about Kreese. So Tory would go to Miguel and Johnny in this timeline. She would say that Johnny was right about Kreese, and she would say that she wanted to join Eagle Fang. So Tory would leave Cobra Kai, and she would join Eagle Fang. Kreese and a couple other Cobra Kais would feel betrayed. Hawk would want to get some payback on Tory for betraying Cobra Kai, so the Cobra Kais would try ambushing Tory and Miguel, but Miguel and Tory would fight back, and they would stand a good chance against the Cobra Kais. Dimitri and Miguel would still be friends, and Dimitri would want to fix the rivalry between Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do. Robbie and Miguel would still be enemies, and so would Sam and Tory. The night of the prom, Dimitri would want to unite the two dojos. Stingray would still hold the after party, and those events would stay the same. Eagle Fang, Miyagi-Do, and Cobra Kai would be at the after party. And at first, Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do would go their separate ways, but eventually some of the Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang students would begin to talk. Miguel and Robbie would begin talking, and they would start to see that they weren't so different, and they would eventually apologize to each other for everything that they did. So Miguel and Robbie would start to become friends. With the help of Robbie and Miguel, they would want to fix things between Sam and Tory. So Tory and Sam would eventually talk, and they would resolve their issues, but they wouldn't be friends just yet. So Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang would have an alliance. Since Miguel and Robbie were starting to become friends, Miguel would want to try to fix things between Robbie and Johnny. So Robbie and Johnny would start to fix the relationship, and they would also want to fix the relationship between Johnny and Daniel. So Johnny and Daniel wouldn't see each other as enemies anymore. And the night of the tournament, Eagle Fang, Miyagi-Do, and Cobra Kai would all enter. Miguel and Robbie would fight in the semi-finals, but since they weren't enemies, they would each hold back. But Miguel would still defeat Robbie in this timeline, and in the finals, Miguel would fight Hawk. Miguel and Hawk would have a newfound rivalry, and they each wouldn't hold back. But Miguel would end up beating Hawk in this timeline, so Miguel would be the two-time All-Valley champion. Sam and Tory would fight in the girls' finals, but they wouldn't be enemies. It would be a close match, but Sam would defeat Tory in this timeline, so Sam would be the girls' All-Valley champion. So Miguel and Sam would be the All-Valley champions. And after the tournament, Daniel and Johnny would talk. They would say if they combined their styles, they could take down Cobra Kai. So Daniel and Johnny would team up in this timeline. Kreese would see this, and he would be mad. So Kreese would still call Terry Silver in this timeline, and that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Miguel and Tory stayed together during the events of Cobra Kai Season 4? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.